I'll put my little thing here.
69.
All right. What is up?
What's up, man?
What is up, Chuck? How are you?
Not a whole lot, man. Just kind of hanging out. And thanks for having me on here, by the way, man.
Oh,
It's
no
been a
problem.
long time coming, man.
I know. And to everybody in the room, um, happy Denver Broncos won the AFC Championship.
Thanks for pointing it out, Knocked.
And no, honestly, today is January 23rd, 2014. Thursday night, roughly just past 7 o'clock. Tonight, I have a special co-host that's going to be hanging out with me for the first 2 hours. This is VapingChuck. He is a host on VapeNet. Oh, if you need to mute anytime, Chuck, no problem, man. It's all good. I understand.
No, I was looking for the special guest.
Ah!
Trying to figure out where the hell it was.
Right. But anyway, this is VapingChuck from VapeNet, and he's a good friend of mine in the community. I hosted alongside with him for a long time when I was back hosting over at VapeNet, and I'm really glad to have him on because we haven't been in a show together in, I don't know, forever.
It's been months, man. And when you first left, I was like, it doesn't mean we can't do shows together. And here it is. It's been this huge time span. We just haven't done a show together. And,
I know.
Everybody's got their stuff going on. It's hard to.
It just took 11 episodes.
That's what it was. Yeah. 11 episodes later, we finally get it going.
Right. And I want to greet everybody in the room. I'm really glad you guys came and hung out with us. I really appreciate it. I appreciate you guys coming in every week. And I know it's a little bit early because it is just past 7. Usually primetime shows don't start until 8. But thank you for hopping in when you are. You guys are awesome. So anyway, before we do anything, the first thing I want to do is just want to acknowledge who I was supposed to have on tonight. Okay, guys. Now, Chuck, here's the story. I had a talk with Chuck 2 nights ago, and the reason why I had a talk with him is because an unfortunate incident happened to the person I was supposed to have on as my guest. The person I was supposed to have on was Jen, Texas Tunes lady. Now, for those of you in the community that know, she recently suffered a horrendous loss in her life. So I just want to say straight out, Jen, I love you. We do love you, and we're here for you. Sorry, that's all I wanted to.
Prayers definitely out to Jen.
That's all I wanted to say. But anyway, I talked to Chuck Tuesday night, and honestly, Chuck was the only other person that I wanted to have come in because I definitely wanted a representative of VapeNet on specifically this week. And we're going to talk about it a little bit later on tonight. And the reason why I did want a VapeNet host on here specifically was because I am going to be touching upon the Dustin Otey auction. Later on tonight, I'm going to have in VaporJoe, who is involved in that auction, and where he's going to be giving more information around like 8 o'clock hour. And then after that, we're also going to talk about. He's also going to talk, give like a preview of what's going to be happening Saturday night at Nova Broadcasting flagship show Mod Envy, and everybody knows about that show. But it's going to be a big show this year because it's the 1-year anniversary of Mod Envy.
Epic, huge.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So, but we'll start things off right, and so anyway, guys. So, for those who do not know VapingChuck, Chuck, can you give us a little synopsis about how you actually discovered vaping?
Yeah, actually, I started in 2009 with cigarettes, specifically the Enjoy.
Right.
And 3 weeks later, went back to smoking. The Enjoys just didn't do it for me. We'll fast forward to actually February 4th of 2013. A buddy of mine had been pushing me. He's like, dude, you gotta try these e-cigs. And I was like, they don't work, And he came over with an eVic and a cardo tank, and I was like, wait a minute, this is something different. This might work. There's a local shop to me. I went over there, bought an Ego kit, and had my last cigarette on the way in, pulling into the parking lot. That was the last cigarette I've had. But I did have one since then, just to see if they're as nasty as people said they were. They are. Almost puked. But for me, it was instant. I was done. I was done smoking. Hung those up forever. And then about 3 or 4 weeks later, I went to a local vape meet, and I met up with some folks over from VapeNet. The joke is that Michigan is the VapeNet state because there's a lot of hosts in Michigan.
Right.
And I met up with them, and they were telling me about that network. They said, there's other networks too. You should really check stuff out. There's all kinds of great information out there. Started going out there and hanging out a little bit, and about a month or so passed, and now at this point I'm at my 2-month mark right around there, and I'd already switched to rebuildables and a Pravari and everything else. And the opportunity came up. They asked me if I'd be interested in doing a host position, and my thought was, well, hell, I'm a really new vapor. What could I possibly bring to the table? And I got to thinking about a little more. There's a lot of other new vapors out there. We can kind of go through this transformation together. So here we are, almost 10 months later from when I started doing that, and real close to a year after I started vaping, and here we are now. It grew on every front, really.
That's actually a pretty cool story, man. I think a lot of us can relate to this. Sometimes, I think it really comes down, hey, Latin Lady, hey, Vapor Lady Lounge. I'm sorry I didn't acknowledge people in the room, and Caffeine Kid, I love you too. So, but I think that a lot of people here in this room can definitely understand that when you hit that moment of pure clarity, and let me talk about this for a second. A moment of pure clarity, guys. I'm not talking necessarily when you realize, oh my God, smoking is bad for me. Maybe I should quit or move on to something else that's like less harmful to my body. But I'm talking about any major decisions that you make in your life. Yeah, okay, maybe I'm getting a little philosophical here, and I'm not going to delve too far into it, but you guys know what I'm talking about. And Chuck, I know you can relate to this.
Oh, yeah, I can for sure. I guess a little more backstory to me. I'm 8 years narcotic-free and 7 years alcohol-free. So, yeah, I've had my moments of clarity, for sure.
Right. No, I hear you. I totally do. I just think that I think that when we all hit that, and everybody in this room has definitely had that moment of clarity when they decided they wanted to move away from smoking. Yeah. Because if that weren't the case, none of us would be in this room today. Now, for all those newer vapors that are out here, I just want to say to you, congratulations on your decision to make the switch to vaping. And if you have any questions, if I can't answer it right away because I'm talking about other stuff, there are a lot of helpful people in this room with a lot of experience with vaping that can answer any of your starter questions also. So, like, we have the smartest person in the room over here, Caffeine Kid. I mean, the smartest vapor in the world. He speaks so eloquently and so intelligently, it's unbelievable. Hey, Tracy, how you doing?
My yang, right?
Yeah.
I'll tell you what.
But in all seriousness, and I wanted to extend that because, I don't do that enough. I don't tell, there are people that are probably checking out some of the shows and they don't, and, it's cool to hear about some of the devices that people are using. Like, for example, I got the Saber Touch that actually won. I don't win. First of all, I don't enter many contests too. I piff a lot if I win, but there was no way I was piffing this. It's not happening. So I'm going to talk about this. I'll probably going to talk about this a little bit when Joe comes on also, because obviously this is the Mod Envy edition of the Saber Touch. So.
Hey, Rich.
Yeah, man.
I find it always better to ask for forgiveness than permission. And this is a really long link, but that is the link to the fundraiser for Jen.
Okay, so anyway, yeah. Well, anyway, she is going through a situation. We don't know all the detail. If there is anything that I could talk about, I can't divulge it publicly, but all I can say is
just going off topic.
Yeah. All I'm saying is
clarity.
Yeah, we love her, and that is it.
Yeah.
And that's how you can help. So, all right, but anyway, so Chuck, I mean, I know that you decided recently to take up a position in the industry. Can you talk to us a little bit about that?
Yeah, there's one that I'll go into detail about, and
okay.
one that I won't go into as much detail about.
Okay.
I am currently doing consulting work for a local vape shop.
All right.
And that's where that's at right now. I'm doing a lot of their logo work, a lot of graphic work. I've also been helping them with a lot of vendor stuff. They're going through a big transformation. So I've been keeping fairly busy with that. And most recently, I think a lot of people in this room probably are familiar with Baker White. I am a sales rep now for Baker White. So, yeah, I'm probably going to be doing some traveling to some different meets, and definitely meeting up with a lot of different brick and mortars, peddling the goods, so to speak. And I met them at a local meet. Really just kind of fell in love with not only their liquid, but I'm a big I'm picky about who I support. I really do. You can have the best liquid in the world, but if I don't like the people behind the product, as in, what they're willing to do for the community or their ethics and things like that, well, these guys impressed me right off the bat. Matter of fact, right off the bat, and I'm actually gonna go ahead and I'm gonna share some information whether I should or not right now.
Okay.
And this is in regards to because we're talking about Baker White.
Right.
And this is in reference to the Dustin Otey auction. I hit Baker White up almost immediately and said, hey, we're doing this, whatever you guys feel comfortable with donating.
Mm-hmm.
If you can, cool. If you can't, I get it. Companies are companies. A couple weeks afterwards, they got a hold of me and said, what's the biggest juice donation you have right now? So I told them that. They sent me the email today telling me how much they were donating. 13,350 milliliters is what they donated for the auction.
What?
13,000.
Okay, so this is going to be one of the auction items.
Liters. 13 liters of juice.
Okay, just to put things into perspective of how much he just said. Okay?
That's more than 7 of these.
That's 750 Okay, that is 750 milliliters.
Well, this is 2,000 milliliters.
Okay, so 2,000 milliliters?
7 of these 2 liters.
Holy smokes.
Almost 7.
And look, and we sit here and we get all gooey and everything when we're sitting there with 120 mils. Oh my god, 120 mils! That's a huge bottle! But that ain't nothing compared.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
And it's all different flavors. And here's the real kicker: it's all in 30 milliliter bottles. It's like 100 and some 30 milliliter.
So the winner will be receiving 130.
Well, I don't know if we're going to do it all together because let's face it, that would be a ton of. There'd be some serious. I mean, hell, if you weren't even close to retail, you're looking at probably $3,500 in juice.
I can only admit, yeah, that's.
Now, hey, if anybody in here right now says, you know what? Oh, here's the kicker. They're shipping it. The buyer doesn't have to pay shipping.
So it's going to be.
They're going to ship.
So whatever the auction price is, they don't have to pay any extra for shipping.
Right.
They'll be shipping it out for free. Unreal.
And I don't know how we're going to split it up. I don't know if it's going to go in one lump. I mean, if somebody told me, hey, they really wanted one lump, that might encourage us to keep it in one lump. We're thinking about maybe dropping it into like 1,000 milliliters at a time.
Mm-hmm.
Either way, that's a ton of juice.
Okay, we're going to go over some of the other vendors that are going to be part of this auction, right? And I'm guessing that between you and Joe, you guys will explain it to her because, like I understand there is going to be an auction this Saturday, and we don't know. I know me personally. I don't know everything that's going on. Regards, I mean, I know what happened to Dustin.
Right.
I've been following that story.
Yeah, and we can definitely get in more detail once Joe gets in here, because Joe has a lowdown on stuff a little bit more than I do.
Mm-hmm.
And to answer Trey's question, no, this is actually, it's some of pretty much all their liquids. They have currently 36 flavors. The only reason I know that is being a sales rep, and I have my kit, which I actually just finally got today. And there's 36 flavors in my kit. So, yeah, it's a real breakup of liquids, but I'm extremely happy with their liquids. A couple of them became all-day vapes for me very, very quickly.
I was doing my silent cheer while you were talking about that.
I saw that.
I was like...
But, yeah, I became a sales rep for them, and I've pretty much been through the gambit. About 3 months after I started vaping, I thought, hey, I'm going to do the e-liquid company thing, and I started DIYing, and I had a couple recipes that hit real good. I was supplying to a brick and mortar, and decided not to do that anymore. So I closed that down, and quite honestly donated one of my recipes that people really liked to a vendor, and he has that set up where every bottle that he sells, $1 goes to CASA.
Right, I hear you. I hear you. There is I have to tell you guys, like I said, this community is very giving, but one thing we are not is forgiving, and you guys know what I'm talking about. With all the bans that are happening right now in the in some of the nanny states, and that I heard, little whispers that a couple other major cities may be following suit, but nothing's set in stone yet. I hope it never materializes. These are things that, in situations where we have to get angry about to save this thing that we do.
Oh, for sure. And I'm happy to say that I've been fairly active in the community, trying to stick up for vaping, and we do get these times when something bad comes out. I really want to use that loosely, because other than stupid stuff, we do get the stupid stories here and there. Somebody decides to let their battery charge in their car for 6 hours in the hot sun. Well, what the hell you think's going to happen? But we get these news stories, and they'll say something negative about it. I tend to reach out to them instead of really going after them. I tend to reach out to them and try to get their facts straight. And so far, that's been a good way for me to do it. I understand that's not everybody's way of doing things. That's just how I do it.
Oops, hold on a
it's been
second.
Working out for me.
Hold on a second. Oops, my thing popped out. Sorry about that. Because we were setting up your next this video. Yep, and I accidentally shut it off by accident before when we were having the video issues, but now I'm putting it back on. So anyway, so this is actually one of the stories that Chuck was involved in. There was a news bite out of Toledo, and hold on, let me see if I can get in the frame. Let's see if I can get it in the frame right. Hold on. It looks like it's kind of in the frame. Hold on a second here, so I can get it right. Okay.
There you go.
All right, guys. So this is the news bite that Chuck was involved in, and this explains some of what he was advocating. You guys can definitely relate to this. So hold on a second, and let me crank this. Here we go.
What's inside an electronic cigarette and the potential health risk? Well, the story created a lot of feedback on both sides of the issue, especially regarding a study done by the FDA back in 2009.
Brandon Jones sat down with two members of the vaping community who say they're in favor of e-cigarettes and why they're hoping a compromise can be made soon.
I started February 4th, 2013.
I've been vaping.
Hey, I know that
3
guy.
years, 8 months. Their path in life is different, but Chuck Meyer and Lisa Bell share one thing: their passion for electronic cigarettes and its effectiveness in their lives.
I personally have gotten my brother, a handful of neighbors, and a lot of friends to quit smoking using electronic cigarettes.
All of the early stages of COPD that I was beginning to experience after 40 years of smoking have gone, they've vanished.
But what hasn't blown up in smoke is the controversy around them, especially its ingredients. E-cigarettes contain no tobacco. However, the device heats up a liquid that's infused with nicotine, releasing a vapor that's inhaled and exhaled.
Smoking is responsible for 400,000 deaths every year. There hasn't been a death associated with vaping, and there probably won't be.
Bell is a member of the Consumer Advocates for Smoke-Free Alternatives. The nonprofit organization made a charitable donation to a study earlier this year that looked at the chemicals inside e-cigarettes and its health risk. So here are the results of that study. According to Dr. Igor Burstin, a clinical researcher at Drexel University, traces of diethylene glycol, which is associated with a host of chemicals, including antifreeze, remained based on a single sample of early technology. Burstin stated that it didn't rise to the level of health concern.
If there are any health risks, they're not nearly as bad as it was in a cigarette, and I'm okay with that.
While some feel
I'm
more
okay with that
research is
too. How about you
needed on
guys?
E-cigarettes, these two are optimistic all parties, businesses, communities, and even the government will come to the table and get what they feel is the truth out there. E-cigarettes can be good for you.
So it's two sides that may not ever meet, unfortunately.
In Toledo, I'm Brandon Jones.
Ooh.
Right now, the Ohio Senate is considering a bill that will make it illegal for e-cigarettes to be sold to those under the age of 18 unless they're with a parent, guardian, or spouse who's 18 or older. Chuck is on board with the idea, but Lisa feels it could lead to over-regulation.
Okay. Chuck, your video's not on, so I have to go into the single mode for the time being. I'll wait for your video to come back, but we could still hear your audio, right, bro? I don't know if he's there. I don't know if he's there. Okay. You know what, Chuck? Try to come back into the Hangout. Maybe that'll alleviate the problem, and then we'll get you back on screen. So, anyway, while he's doing that, the next thing I do want to talk about is some of the stuff that I've gotten this past week. Now, this is the rudimentary question that people ask. A lot of hosts ask. I don't usually ask it, but I've been getting a lot of PMs for weeks now that I don't participate enough with the viewers. So I feel like I try to as much as I can, but I have a moment now, and this is when I'm going to ask, what are you vaping, and what device you're vaping on? Because I'm interested. Okay. So anyway, Chuck, just let me know when you can get back on the line. Yeah, hey Bernard, how's it going? Yeah, I heard about this report that was going on today in the UK, and I'm very interested in seeing it. If I can get a hold of the feed, I will post it this Saturday. So anyway, let's start with Vape for Life, stripper cake in a squab. Nice. Anna Mirandis, which I have no idea what it is, but it seems like a really good mod. We got Vaping Hippie Chick on the Bobo. Vaping Mick on the MVP2. We got Tracy on a Nebby with an IGO W and stripper cake. Oh, that's 2 stripper cakes. I guess I should try this. Hey, new vapor, how are you? We got Zusha Tobacco and an Aqua clone on top of a Chi-Yu clone. Nice, nice. Yeah, Chuck, come right in anytime. When I get your video in, I'll bring you right back in, bro. Let's see. We got Prophet here. He has Astro, which is, I believe, is Space Jam, right? On a Nimbus, on a Black Enzonic. We got Vapin' John VA with a Tayfon on a Mod Envy Edition. What's up, Mod Envy Edition Saber Touch? I got it too. We got Antioch, who has RSST on a Nemi. We also got, let's see, VaporTech has an IGO W on a Hammer clone. Nice, man. I've been really wanting to try that, to be honest with you.
I don't know what happened there. I was there the whole time.
That's okay, Chuck. It's no problem, man. We got Vapor Cross over here, who's doing the Strawberry from Mountain Vapor in a Unitank. Nice, Unitank Mini on a Vamo version 2. Let's see here. Fuzzy Custard from Galactic Misfits in a K131. Nice, on a Provari. Oh, yeah, you're doing it nice, man. It's like the Cadillac of mods. Let's see what else we got here. Trying to catch up here on the...
Gotcha.
Let's see. We got... somebody's vaping on some of Taylor's Insane E-Liquid on both of their mods. A Provari and on a Vamo version 5. Let's see. Another person who is a Pro Tank lover here with a rebuilt coil. You know, Mr. Beefy, I'm going to talk about that in my next segment that I'm going to talk about with Chuck. So stay tuned to that. We got another stripper cake lover. Hey, Love Muscle, and he's what? You're vaping stripper cake and eating it too? Okay, I'm jealous now. I'm officially jealous.
There you go.
We got Scope Swipe of Sid with a K Fun. We got hey, what's up, NZ Vapor? Nemesis with Nemesis Dome with Nemesis 3D. We got a Tayfun GT on a Hammer with Mother's Milk. Nice 918 Beard. Deadly Sin on a K-Fun 3-1. I don't know which... Do you know Deadly Sin? I don't know what company Deadly Sin is from.
Not sure off the top of my head.
A second here. I don't know it either. Let's see. Okay, Bernard. Thank you for the link, man. Let's see. We also got... and Bernard's doing a Vamo Igo L, Chi Yu, and Chimbus with Peaches and Cream and Boston Cream Pie. Nice. Let's see here. Straggleberry. That sounds interesting. Straggleberry, Trowber. Who makes Straggleberry? That sounds very interesting. I don't know. Just the name's like Straggleberry. I like that. Oh, Good Life Vapor. Thank you very much. Creme Brulee. Let's see. Mel is vaping creme brulee on from some Alabama. The vape from Vape Place in Alabama. Nice on a Chimbis stripper. K100 combo. Ripe strawberry. iClear 30s on a VTR. And stripper cake. That's 4 stripper cakes. Okay, Chuck. I'm seeing a trend here. I'm seeing a trend that a lot of people are liking stripper cake in here.
Do you know where to get stripper cake?
I'm sure Tracy's gonna be the first one to freaking hit it. Come on, Tracy. You know where to get it.
Insane E-Liquid.
There you go.
And that is actually tailor-made super fast over at Power Vape.
Yep, Taylor. Okay, so Bernard has a good question. Bernard is asking, what are we vaping? Chuck, what are you vaping, my friend?
I currently have the 2 that I'm using at the moment. I've got Effin Vape's Frank Devil.
Okay.
In a K-Fun 3-1 on a Just GG. And I have 710 on a K-Fun Light on the Satin Brass King.
Okay, so basically you vape high-end devices then, and you make me feel this big.
No, not all of them. Not all of them.
You're a high-class vapor, admit it!
You know what, though? I really
What's up,
vape
Chi-Yu?
everything. As far as devices go, I've got... hell, I've even got a couple of clones. Hell, I got a Meraxis clone, a Caravella clone.
Right.
I think I showed you yesterday my Project Polish job.
Oh yeah. But before we delve on that, man, there's a couple things I do want to bring up. One is, what am I vaping on? Okay, there's a couple of devices I have here. One is, I am vaping on Big Willie's Nanobread right here on. This is on one of those G50s. It's a Pro Tank style, but it holds 4 mils. And the device on there is called the Mammoth. The Mammoth is made by now a defunct company, Motor City Mods, also out of Michigan. Uses a single 26650 battery on it, and I'm so happy I have one. Okay. The other device I'm vaping on is, you would recognize this, ProVary. Hey, with a Pro Tank, which this is actually the Tacho head, with one of those nice little drip tips that I got from Tark over in Modern World. And hey, lad and lady, and this one is what is in here? Hold on. Dole Whip by our very own Mandy from Timeless Vapor.
I'm agreeing with Mr. Beefy on that. 2014 year of the 26650s.
Oh, I am with you, Mr. Beefy. And I don't have the E-Huge yet. I will have one. Oh, yes. Oh, yes, I will have one. And another one that I'm going to get, the Congestus.
I was looking at that.
I will have one this year.
With how much I like my GG, that one makes sense.
I will have one this year. And what I have on my Mod Envy edition, Saber Touch, is I currently have wow, what is this? This is freaking good. Oh,
I forgot what it was.
Banana Nut Kringle by Perfection Vapes, of course.
Nice.
I was cleaning out. I was like, every once in a while, I'll take out everything I have on my table. Now, if you guys have seen my table, I usually have a whole bunch of juices in front of me. Let me show you. As you can see, I have a whole bunch of juices in front of me. I split it up. Over here, I have everything that's bottled with drippers, and on this side, I have everything that's like in plastic and stuff, right? Okay. So I was going through it the other day. Hold on, let me just switch that a little bit. Okay. So I was going through that the other day, and I switched out everything. I was like, okay, I've been vaping on a bunch of this juice too much. Let me change it up, because there's a bunch of juices I haven't even tried yet. This is ridiculous. And some people who know me a little bit more know that there's a lot of vape mail. Sometimes I don't open it for like a month, and then I realize, oh my god, I got some vape mail, and I got to open it up. Joe, hey, what's up, man? I'll have you on in 15 minutes, and Joe can definitely relate to this. You just get mail, like let's say you order a bunch of stuff you find interesting, right, in the vape, like from vendors or whatnot, and then you, in a sense, kind of forget that you ordered it. Sometimes it's from a foreign land that you ordered it, and all of a sudden they start piling up. Then all of a sudden you look next to your desk, and there's like 5 or 6 packages you haven't even opened yet. Yo, Nerva, what up?
What's up, Nerva?
So then, out of nowhere, you're like, oh my god, I got all this vape mail, haven't even opened yet. So, like, for example, like, I was doing that the other day. I was, like, opening. I was like, oh, my God. I have sitting here, like, 30 Pro Tank heads. Like, I was like, I forgot about this. I have, like, I cleared 30 B heads that I just opened up. Yeah, that's the thing, Nerva. Sometimes I'll just forget. Like, and, like, my latest acquisition. Let me tell you my biggest acquisition that I actually bought. I can't count the Mod Envy edition of the Saber Touch because I won this. I did not pay for this. I was one of the lucky ones that won it. But I actually bought, and I never thought I would buy one. I bought a Vamo. I bought a black Vamo, and let me tell you guys, like, I've tried it before. I had another one. I had a stainless steel version one that I piffed to a friend of mine in the community last year, but I decided to get another one out of nowhere, and you know what? I gotta tell you, this Vamo is no joke. $30! Hey, what's up, Rock? How are you, brother? Bam! AFC Championship, baby. But seriously, guys, I got this. I'm using a Tech Tank on top of it, which is like, and I'm using one of the titanium tips that you can get from the Fast Techs. So this whole setup literally cost me less than $50. Less than $50 total, and that's including the juice and the battery. Maybe with the battery, maybe just over 50. So let's just say $50 have a total setup. Variable wattage, variable voltage. You cannot go wrong, guys. So anytime you see people who have those high-end devices, There are always other alternatives for you to get a similar vape. And this is a good quality vape. I'm going to vape some of this right now. Hold on, what do I have in here? In here I have Voodoo Charlie's Voodoo Pie. That's what I have in there. So, anyway, let's talk about our next topic, and I definitely wanted to bring this up before I brought in. Maybe I'll bring it up when Joe comes in a little bit, so I get his take on it. But Chuck, I want to ask you about your torching. I just found out about this last night, guys. So when he's telling me, it's almost new to me also. So please enlighten us on your torching abilities and skills.
Yeah, I got into torching a while back, and I was just kind of doing it as something to do at home, and I wound up doing an on-air thing about torching techniques and things like that. And now it's at a point where I'm getting people sending me stuff, and I feel like I'm torching non-stop. What torching is, you're basically just heating up 90% of the time just stainless steel, and as you heat it, you can get it to change colors. And a good example of that, I'll grab my Rio. And you can take your standard stainless steel atomizer and turn it all pretty blues and purples, and you can get into like doing fades and stuff like that. So I've been getting into torching like that, and then I got a few things sitting here. One of the mods that I hold true to my heart. I torched the atomizer on it. This is a titanium atomizer that I torched.
Okay,
as you can see, you can get
that blue is gorgeous.
Yeah, the blues and the purples.
Here's a question I want to ask personally. Can you torch orange?
Can I torch? No. Orange is not a color that you typically will get.
Okay.
Your normal colors are going to be gold, straw, purple, blue, and unfortunately brown. Brown happens. Brown is typically because you over torched. I think I have something here that turned. Nope, that one's blue. I think I got a brown Caravella here that I
Okay.
torched almost to brown. Yeah, there's one that hit some browns in it just from over torching. I did specifically do the purple caps. That was done for a reason. Yeah, the torching for me has just been a lot of fun, something to play with, and it can make your mod more individual to your liking. I recently spent some time in the middle of Ohio, down around the Columbus area, and I torched one mod specifically that's going to be raffled off for charity next fall, I believe. And I torched a Meraxis with a matching. What was that atomizer that I torched? Kraken.
Nice, man.
Yeah,
nice.
I did a Meraxis Kraken combo that I torched, and they've got it on display down there. And then that's going to be raffled off, and all the money from that's going to go to a charity down in Columbus. And I was more than happy to do that. That was something that was just awesome to do. And for people that are getting into torching, if you don't like the way your torch job turned out, realize that this is just on the surface. Everything can be undone for the most part. You can either aggressively sand it off, or you can polish it off. And sometimes I've been known to torch something and then polish it off just to get a different look. And this is one of those cases where I torched a Poldiac and then polished it off and gave it more of an antique stainless look.
Okay, that's kind of cool, because like it kind of reminds me, it's like symptomatic of like, I don't know if you guys saw it, it came out like last spring. There was like a limited run, and I think they might have put it permanently on their site. It's the Bronze Bavaria. It kind of has that kind of look to it also. I think that's really, really...
yeah, this one turned out really good.
Yeah.
Vape and Dave, I'm familiar with that shop. I've been there. Actually went in there before they even opened. But yeah, I've been getting into the torching, and then I mentioned Project Polish, which was kind of a neat idea. I decided through a thread that I had seen on a forum that it would be cool to take a lower end device and make it look like the high-end devices. And I really baffled some people the other day when I pulled this out and showed it to them, and to watch them try to figure out what it was.
I almost had it. I was looking at the bottom cap.
You were
I was like,
really close. You were really close to figuring it out.
I was like, is that a K100 switch? I was like, or is it? And then I switched to another device. I was like, or is that?
And look, see, the 918 beard right off the bat. It's a Cronus.
Yo, what's up, Silver?
And I had a lot of people going different ways.
Okay, people are guessing. Okay, guys.
People are guessing. So let's see the guesses.
You know what? Before we do the guesses, let me do a giveaway to correspond with the guesses. So this is this is what we're gonna do, guys. Think about what you think this device is, and no, we're taking Cronus off the list. It is not a Cronus. So what we're doing is, okay. Hold on. I'm gonna give away one. I'm gonna do one of my giveaways right now, and this giveaway is one of 3 giveaways from Vaping Masters. Vaping Masters is a vendor out of South Carolina, and this is gonna be the first of the 3 giveaways. People are messing up already. I can't do it. I can't do it now. I'm gonna have to do it another way now.
Yeah, we'll have to do it a different way.
I gotta do it a different way now. I told you guys not to guess yet. I was like, it's all right. It's okay. I'm still gonna do the giveaway. I'll do it a random chatter this time. But by the way, just so you know, if people had waited, Vision XX would have won it.
Because that is a K100.
It is a K100.
That actually is a K100.
So we're going to do it a different way now.
And to make it the easiest way for people to tell that it's a K100.
Clear chat, Aussie says. Oh, by the way, Aussie, I just want to say happy birthday to you. That's this week, right? So happy birthday to you, Aussie.
I saw something about some people said that there was some birthdays this week, and I think I saw some that said the 25th. Oddly enough, that's the same day as my son's birthday. Yeah, I took the grip off and I did a lot of sanding and polishing. For anybody that decides to do this to a K100, when you take the chrome off, you go very, very lightly, and you'll have it's a copper finish directly underneath the chrome. And then if you continue to go through the chrome, that's when you hit the brass. So if you go very lightly, you'll hit copper. You just have to be very, very steady and consistent with it, and then you can go a little further and get to the brass.
Okay.
Yeah, they're February 25th.
Oh, I thought your birthday was this week or so because people were talking about it. So it's not till next
February
month.
25th. That's in 2 days.
No, it's not. It's we're
January
January
25th. Yeah, my kid's birthday is January 25th. Okay. That's what had me messed up. I'm off by a month. And it happened.
Oh man. Well, anyway, happy early birthday, and for people who are having birthdays this week, happy birthday. And like what Bria posted just before, just keep that in your thoughts. We mentioned in the beginning of the hour, and I'm saying it one more time, Jen, we love you. And honestly, I wish it didn't happen this week. And not that I don't love you being here, Chuck, but I wish you were here when you're supposed to be here, which is today. So later on, hopefully we can laugh about it a little bit, Jen. Much love.
Yeah, it's nice to know that I was a good second place prize. Right?
I was honest, you know. I was like dead on honest, yeah. And I, like I said, I am appreciative, you know. But you know what? I've been wanting to do this with you anyway, so I'm glad it's sooner. It's sooner than later.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah. So anyway, let's do this first giveaway for these guys. I'm going to do one of my Vaping Masters giveaways, guys. I'm just going to do a random chatter. The first one won't count. The second one won't count, but the third one will count. Now, here's the thing. If you had, we're just going to do this. Okay. And the winner is, oh, look, Ed Glover. What's up, Ed Glover? Are you here, Ed Glover? Let's see if he's here.
congratulations if you are here. If you're
Let's
not
see.
here,
There he
he's there.
is. Congratulations, man. So you got the first win of the night. Hold on, let me just put this in. Let me put this in. Give me the last two digits of your zip code, bro. Oh, hang on. Let's see if he's here. Let's see. 67? Okay, great. Let me a second here. Hold on. And I have this little thing, extra thing right now for all winners. So Ed Glover, pay attention to this. And for all winners tonight, pay attention to this. I will be posting this throughout the night. Okay? Throughout the night. Okay. So anyway, that's information for winners. I'm just gonna post it instead of talking about it over and over again, so it's easier for you guys. You guys have it in chat. All right. And you know what? Why don't we just do one more before we bring in Joe? Because Joe's coming in about 3-4 minutes. Let's see. What am I gonna put in here?
Yeah. What did Vaping Bags Ed Lover win?
You'll find out when I do the blog post, huh?
Well, there you go.
Yeah, you won one of the Vaping Masters giveaways, which is one 30ml bottle of Vaping Masters.
Nice.
And I'll give you all the information. Just yeah. If you're already, yeah, you're good, man. You're good. But once I'll post the blog post either tonight or tomorrow morning, and it gives you specific instructions on how to claim your prize. Okay, bro? Anyway, congratulations, man. Okay. The other one I'm going to do before we bring in Joe is we're going to do one from my girl Hope from Hope E-Liquids. Hope is a vendor out of Florida, and she just recently had her bachelorette party and her wedding shower because she's getting married soon. So big congratulations to Hope. Much love, Hope. Congratulations to you and your betrothed getting married. And I know this is a very exciting period in your life, so congratulations, Hope. Anyway, her giveaway tonight is she is doing 2 winners. I'm doing one of the winners now. I'll do one of the winners later. And here's the information for her. Yep. Let me just get her. Here is her info here. Yep. Thank you, by the way, Country Pammy. And thank you for that too, Country Pammy. And there is a code on it also for people who are interested. 20% off. It's a permanent code if you put in Tower, all capital letters, in the code. So it's a permanent 20% off code for times where she actually doesn't have a sale. Let me tell you, Hope puts on a lot of sales. So anyway, we'll do one of the winners now. Okay, are you guys ready? First winner, no. Second winner, no. Third winner, yes. This one, I think she will ship outside the United States also. Vaping Master ships outside the U.S. within reason, and so does Hope. But let me tell you, unless I tell you otherwise, all of the giveaways are U.S. only. Except not this one. Okay, here we go, guys. First one, no. Second one, no. And the winner is... The first winner is Scope's wife. Huh. I'm guessing it's Scope's wife.
Congratulations.
Let's see if Scope's wife is in the house.
Yep. We got a yes.
Hey, Scope's wife, please give me the last 2 digits of your zip code for verification. Oh, let's see. I'm just waiting on it. No, thank you, Scope's wife. All right, 28. All right. Okay. Now take this information now. I'm putting this down for all the winners. Hold on. All right, take that down, Scope's wife, and take this down. Hold on. And take this. Hey, Soul Bunny.
Hey, Bunny.
Okay, and take that down also. Okay, guys, hold on. Let me give the information to Joe to get into the Hangout. And we're going to bring in Joe pretty much right now. Hold on. I'm going to just get him on Skype. Hold on. All right, hold on, Joe. I'm giving you the link, bro.
Good stuff.
Okay, there it is, bro. I have it. I gave it to you in Skype. So we're gonna bring in Joe now.
So many tasty.
Hold on. And hey, Joe, what's up, man?
Hello?
Hello.
What's going on, Joe?
Is this Chatterbait?
Yes, it is.
All right, I'm just. What we're gonna do is we're gonna keep both of you guys in the same frame. It'll probably just be easier that way.
Yeah,
When Joe's talking, I'll just click on his. So anyway, we're gonna go on to Joe right now. Hey, Joe, how's it going, man?
Good, I'm really thirsty. Just give me a second.
Okay. Dude, what is this? Freaking
2 liters, aren't you?
I know. I was like, Chuck has the 2 liter. Joe's got the 2 liter. I have Mio. It's like,
I used to drink Mio. Did you know the primary ingredient in Mio is like propylene glycol or something? Isn't it?
is it really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I just used the mix. Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right. So it is a liquid. I guess that would make a lot of sense.
Yup.
I gotta look into that.
Yeah, I think it's PG. There's PG in Mio, that I know. So if they ban e-cigs, they're gonna have to ban Mio too.
Oh God, I hope not. I love Mio so much. What do you mean it's bad for me, love muscle? I vape with PG. It's all good. It's all good.
Yeah, you're drinking antifreeze. How dare you set an example like that, Tower?
Hold on.
Antifreeze.
All right, hold on. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put Chuck in the shot too. Hold on. Get him into the shot also.
Now.
No, I'm gonna get you in the shot also. Hold on.
I was in trouble again.
Money shot.
Okay, hold on. Hold on, because we are gonna talk about some stuff that I want to discuss, and I will make my shot smaller.
Yes, I am caffeine kick. Oh wait.
Hold on a second. I will make my shot smaller, so we can.
Yay! You
fit.
made me look tall.
Yep. Well, we'll make you shorter. There you go. You're shorter now. And I will put this so we got Joe. One will be in the other. So anyway,
Hello,
Joe.
Tony. How are you?
Not too bad. How you doing, man?
All right. Oh. I'll just get this in and get you in. Okay, we're good. Now, the reason why there's a couple reasons I wanted to bring in Joe tonight. The first reason I wanted to bring in is they're both important reasons, but the first reason I wanted to bring you in, Joe, was I was wondering if you and Chuck could explain to us what is going on VapeNet Saturday and what's going on in Facebook in terms of Dustin Otey's auction. Can you give us information on that?
Yes. All right. So now everybody has to join this. I'm putting a link in the room. Just put it in there real fast. Okay. That's a Facebook group to the Dustin Otey auction. What's going to happen is on Saturday from 12 noon to Sunday 12 noon, VapeNet's going to be hosting a huge auction for Dustin Otey. Of course, most of you know he got into a horrible car accident. He's been in the hospital, constructive surgery. He could barely get out of bed. The family lost their car, and basically the auction is to try to get them in the car. When he's been out, how long has he been out now? 2 months has it been?
Yeah, he's been out for a while, man.
They've been, he has 2 kids, his wife, he's been at the hospital every day. He's got I think he has 2 little girls, right? Am I right about that? I think it's 2 little girls.
Two girls.
Yeah. And, basically he was going up a hill, and there was a bus at the top of the hill. And as soon as he reached the top of that hill, smashed right underneath the bus, totaled his car, he crushed his ribs, he was in a coma for a while. So, we're having this big benefit for him. So a lot of people are donating all kinds of stuff. I know there's going to be a Chi-Yu in there, tons of juice. I'm donating 2 Vapor Sharks, DNA 20 mods to the cause, and all the auctions are going to go on in this Facebook group. So if you want to participate in the auctions or just see how high they get, go to that Facebook group, join, and you can participate in the auctions or just watch. And then VapeNet will at the same time be talking about it on their network from noon to noon, Saturday to Sunday. Did I get that right?
Yeah, so it's going to be a 24-hour show.
Okay.
I am keeping on top of these invites. like it's my job.
Yeah, so please, guys, if you could please join that group. I know the group is kind of like it's not active yet right now, but I know it's going to be active on Saturday once it starts. Correct?
Right. And we've done this before. Vape Strong, you know, one thing the vaping community is good for is coming together for a specific cause. I mean, we may hate, you know, we may have our haters and whatever, but for some reason, when a good cause comes up, we all kind of get together and do this. And the last time we did this was for a group called, a few people called Zaya Chick and Smoke Eater in Canada. They lost their house in a mudslide.
Right.
And Canada got together with some American people, and we did this huge auction, and we raised, I think it was like $12,000 for them. So I have no doubt in my mind we could do the same for this particular cause. And that was only a few hours worth of a show. This is going to be a show that's 24 hours, so it should be able to raise a lot more money. Also, the auctions are going to go throughout the day. It's not going to be all the products are going to come out and then they're all going to be been on for 24 hours. It's going to be 4 or 5 products per hour, and then it ends. Then the next hour, 5 more products come out. So you don't have to wait 24 hours to see if you've won or not.
That's good. That's good. Yeah. So do you guys understand? So like, let's say they'll release like 3 or 4. They'll probably the auctions will run maybe like a couple hours, like what happened over with the mudslide auctions, and then they'll close those down, and then they'll bring up another 3 or 4. So this will be literally going on for 24 hours. So VapeNet is going to be hosting this, correct? Oh, Marcy said it's going to be by the hour.
Mm-hmm.
So each auction's only going to be for an hour then, Marcy? Is that what you're saying?
That's what it's looking like, yes.
Okay. And I'm guessing that VapeNet's going to be manning the whole 24 hours.
Yes, sir.
So no matter like what time of night you come in, if you work in the evenings, if you come, hey, what's up, D-Ham? What's up, Dr. Oxide? And this is very, very important. I really hope that people will. It's not like you have to be logged into VapeNet for the entire 24 hours, but at the very least, I ask that you guys come in every hour at least, like know when the hours are up, and then go in and check out what's going on and see what's going on sale, so that you can decide.
For those of you who have no idea what we're talking about, I'm sure there are some in here. Here's a link. It's called helpavapor.com. It will take you directly to the Dustin Otey page that tells you what happened to him. There's articles, there's updates from his wife. That's an information page if you want to go check that out. Also, places I believe it has a place where you can donate directly via PayPal to them. And of course, again, I'm going to put the other link in the room for the group. Now, this group is just for the auctions. Right now, it's dead. There's nothing going on. Saturday, it's going to blow up. So be in there, ready to rock and roll on Saturday, starting at noon on VapeNet.
Now, question, Joe. People were posting when they put in their bids. So you have to put it in specifically just in the Facebook group, correct?
Just in the Facebook group. That's where all the bids are going to be taken care of.
Okay.
There will be a post with a picture. It'll say it's a Chi-Yu. It'll be a picture of a Chi-Yu, and you'll see people start putting bids below that post. You know, whatever it is, 110, 150, blah 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 blah. And then as soon as that auction's over, whoever's moderating that particular auction will put stop. The last person who was in above the stop will be the winner. And then, you know, and I kind of like this idea because to have a Facebook account, you need a lot of information, and we can get our hands on you if you're a deadbeat bidder, and then we can make fun of you. And,
yeah, that's exactly it, Mr. Beefy. You'll just put in your bid, just higher than the last person, or way higher than the last person if you're sure you want it. And it'll be just like a regular auction. Anybody that's familiar with vape auctions, it's pretty much going to run the same way.
Right. And I'm guessing just to clarify things to you guys, when you're in the room, when you're in the VapeNet room, don't put your bid in the chat room because they ain't gonna count.
No, it's got to be in the Facebook group. But I'm sure they're gonna be spamming that Facebook group, through the entire show to let everybody know this is where you bid.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, I'm gonna bid on my own VaporShark, so make sure it gets up there.
Yeah, so there are people that are saying that they want to donate to the cause. The whole point of the auction, like for example, what Chizo was saying, Chizo187, we're all grateful that there are people like you that are out there that do want to donate to this cause. But the best way to donate is if you see something you like, go for it, man. go for it, because all the items that are going on for auction have been graciously donated by either vendors or members of the vaping community.
Right,
So
and there's some big stuff going that's going to be donated. Yeah, I know one guy's donating, I believe, an authentic Chi-Yu. We have a couple DNA 20 mods, tons of different juice kits, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, I actually spilled the beans earlier and mentioned that we had a company donate 13,000 milliliters.
There you go, 13,000 milliliters of juice.
We got to figure that one out yet.
Now remember, when you bid, we're not trying to bid to get it at a good price. We're trying to bid to get these people some money. So if it's a 100 milliliters of juice, don't bid $5 and expect to only pay $5, because this is really for a donation. But you're going to get something for your donation. You know what I mean?
Right.
Don't be cheap about it.
Well, I'll give you an example. Like when the whole thing happened. The whole thing happened in Canada in the mudslide in that family, the Vapors family that was really in need because their house was destroyed. Okay.
Yep.
Now there was a drip tip that I wanted. It was a Talon drip tip. Now I know that if I wanted to, I could have gotten that drip tip for about 20 something bucks. I paid $55 for it, and the reason why I paid for it because I knew that I was going to a good cause. So I mean, what I actually treasure. That drip tip, I only put it on my best devices because I know, there's a story behind that tip. So I mean, so you could for me, personally, and I guess I could extend it to you guys. When you buy something, you could look at whatever item you got from this auction as something special because every time you use it, you'll know that you did something really good to get it. So price, yeah, please bid high and bid often. Is what we're trying to say, because the more we can get for Dustin's family, the better off. Because he's recovering slowly, but it's a long road.
Yeah, and it's not just a long road for him and his wife. For me personally, I just think about his kids. It's hard for me to think about that getting teared up. Honestly, the amount of just pure hell that his kids are going through. This will help a lot. It'll take a lot off Sarah's mind, which is Dustin's wife, because the last thing you want to think about in something like this is finances.
Right.
And
unfortunately, it is a reality. That's the hardest part about any tragedy. There's always a lot of money involved.
Yeah.
That's always it's like you don't want to think about money, but somebody's out there with their hands out waiting to be paid for whatever services rendered they're given, and it's like funeral arrangements or anything. When somebody passes away, you unfortunately have to deal with money, and it's the worst time in the world to deal with money. But that's the first thing that always comes up.
Yeah, J-Rock just made up a thing that he works for Blono Smoke, and Dennis, the owner of Blono, is actually still paying his wages as a way to help, but there's no way possible that's covering medical bills.
Yeah.
I gotta give props to Blono, man.
10 years ago, I was in a motorcycle accident. I didn't get as busted up as Dennis or as Dustin, and my medical bills reached $1.5 million in a matter of a few days. Inside of about 3 weeks, it hit 1.5.
Holy smokes!
Fortunately, I had a kick-ass insurance and a good bankruptcy lawyer.
Right.
Unfortunately, that's the way I had to roll with it. But.
Right, I hear you. Here's a question in the room. D Millen is asking, what types of payments are accepted? Do you know any information on that, Joe?
I'm assuming it's going to be pretty much PayPal. I'm sure if there's some other arrangement that you can come with because this is all going to them. The vendors aren't going to be handling any of the payments. Mm-hmm. So, when I do the VaporShark, nobody's giving me the money for it. That's going to go directly to them, and then I'm going to go, how do they pay? Okay, what's their address? Awesome, and then I'll just ship it on over to the winner. So I'm assuming who's ever taking the funds, if there is some other odd arrangement, like somebody has to send a money order or something, I'm sure that could be arranged. But I'm assuming preferred way of payment would be PayPal.
And I hate to put it this way, but we are sticking to vendors with shipping. Aren't we?
Right.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah, that's what I figured. Well, it came up when I mentioned, the 13,000 milliliters.
Oh, right, yeah.
Somebody said they wouldn't want to pay shipping on that. Well,
Yeah.
You donate it, you pay the shipping.
And I'm not sure. This is something we're going to have to discuss between now and then. But some people are going to want to know, are these international? Can I bid if I live in Botswana? Well, that we're going to have to talk about between now and then. I'm not sure yet.
Right. I mean,
so,
I'm guessing that certain companies within reason, let's say like like Canada, the UK. I don't know about like Oceania or Southeast Asia, but I'm guessing that some of these neighboring countries might be a little bit easier to ship to. So I don't know.
Right. I think maybe it could be vendor specific. Like with me, with the VaporSharks, I don't care if somebody wins in England, because to ship a VaporShark across is at a decent rate. It's only going to be $19, so I don't care. But some vendors may care if they're shipping 13,000 milliliters of juice. It will get expensive if you have to ship it overseas. So maybe it'll be vendor specific.
Okay, I hear you. Yeah,
or somebody just put in the room if the winner pays shipping.
I just saw that.
That's a possibility too. Maybe it depends on what the auction will be. If it's a huge item, maybe it will be winner pays shipping. Again, we're going to have to discuss all this. We're going to be going into a meeting later on and talking about all this. So this is the stuff we're going to have to hammer out before. But
right,
I got to mention this. We've added 66 members in the last few minutes to this auction site.
Wow. Yo, you guys, thank you so much, guys. The more the merrier. Please spread the word. There's a couple, obviously there's a couple things that have popped up this week on top of the Dustin Otey auction. And let me just tell you guys, sometimes there are people in need. And you guys are so gracious. And I really want to thank you guys for those of you who can help with these endeavors. Really, thank you so much. And we're looking forward to seeing you on Saturday. Now, there's a question I want to pose. Now, I know there's going to be a lot of people that are going to be involved with this auction Saturday. Now, let's say, is this going to be specifically just like hosts on VapeNet that are going to be doing the auction, or do you need assistance, Marcy and Joe? Do you guys would need assistance from like other hosts from other networks?
People from as many networks as are involved. So, for the viewers, don't be surprised if we see your favorite, Nova hosts on there, or Freak Show, VapeNet. I can't even think right now of all the different networks. A lot of the networks are involved.
Yeah, for a 24-hour thing, they're going to need lots of people there to just simply broadcast. They'll be to talk and be there, because I don't care how much you care. It's very hard to stay up straight 24 hours and be informative. By the time the 20th hour rolls, you're going to be deep fried dog shit. So you're going to need a break. So there's going to be a bunch of people. I'm going to do a few hours in the afternoon, and then there's going to be people from Freak Show, and then there'll be people from Nova, and I'm sure they still have plenty of spots open if people want to go in and just say hi, what's up, what's going on, help push up the bids, talk about the product that's up for bid, talk about Dustin. Anybody with the gift of gab.
That would be us, then.
Yeah.
That would be us, but I know that for part of that 24 hours, which brings me to my next subject, I know we're doing something for the better good for Dustin, but at the same time, something else epic is happening on Saturday. Can you elaborate on that, Joe?
Yeah, somebody's having a lingerie show on Saturday.
Hell yeah!
Whoa!
I'm in a group, and somebody scheduled a lingerie show at Vape Trends on the 25th too. So there's a lot going on the 25th. But Mod Envy's 1 year anniversary show Saturday at 10 o'clock p.m. It's going to be ginormous. It's going to be huge. I think we're close to $10,000 worth of giveaways, 50 sponsors. We're going to have the giveaway list is so big, it's going to take 2 hours just to talk it, just to say what we're giving away. We have 3 DNA 30 mods, a real Chi-Yu, a real Nemesis. We have somebody giving away a real, not a real, but a choice of a Provari. We have people giving away $100 gift certificates. We have over 10,000 milliliters of juice. Mod stands. We have mods, at least 30 or 40 mods. Accessories. We have just insane amount of stuff. And it's going to go from 10 to whenever it ends. Now, I understand the Dustin Otey thing's going on at the same time, so what we're going to try to do is, while this epic show is going on, we're going to try to push some people from our show over there, let them know this is going on, to take a look at all the auctions that are going on. We're expecting anywhere between, I'm hoping to reach 1,500 in the room. Our biggest show was 1,176, which was with P. Bastardo. I have a feeling this is going to beat that, and it's going to make Vaughn go batshit crazy. So now we do have backups just in case Vaughn goes down. We're going to move to Justin, and if Justin goes down, we have something else for that. So it's just going to be, it's going to be epic. And what can I say? It could crash. There's nothing we could do about it, but we can't let that hold us back. It could be a complete mess.
I know, it's just going to be. Oh my gosh.
And for the people mentioned there's Mod Envy and the auction going on at the same time. I'm sure a lot of people can definitely agree with this. We've been on different channels more than one time before.
Right.
It's nothing to be logged into two channels at the same time.
There will be a list of backups, Love Muscle. If you go to novabroadcasting.org, if you look on the tabs, there'll be a tab for Vaughn, and there's also a tab for Justin TV. So in case something happens Saturday, we have a backup.
Right, and then our third backup we're not going to list, because what's happening is people are DOS attacking Vaughn. They're trying to take Vaughn down during big shows because they don't like Vaughn, they don't like Mod Envy, they don't like Nova Broadcasting, and they don't like other networks. So they intentionally try to take their site down on purpose to be a bunch of assholes. So if that happens, we'll just move to Justin. If they, by chance, take Justin down, we have a third, but we're not going to tell you what that is, because then they won't have time to get themselves together, and I guarantee you this one they will not be able to take down. So,
right.
This one's been tested for over 1 million people.
So anyway, I just want to just explain the differences of what's going on Saturday. So on one end we have the Dustin Otey auction that is happening for 24 hours, where they will definitely would like to have people bidding on these items, bidding often and bidding high. But at the same time, it's almost like you come to it's probably going to be the biggest vaping show that I'm probably going to be witnessing. That's probably going to be happening on Saturday. And let me ask, I'm not saying you have to do this, but if you win something big, if you're one of those viewers that wins something big, please bid on an auction. You got good karma by winning something big on Mod Envy. Please pay forward some of that karma and bid on some of the items, especially if you win something big on Mod Envy. That's all I'm asking. I'm not saying you have to.
Right. I mean, if you win a Vapor Shark, which is a $200 mod, go bid $50 on something. Go bid $60 on something. You're still walking. Technically, if you want to be a miser about things, you're still walking away ahead, and you've given money to a good cause.
Right. And if anything, it'll just increase your personal karma level by leaps and bounds. So, and I'm not saying this to say, well, don't bid unless you win something. No, I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying that in the event that you do win, I'm hoping that it gives you more of an incentive to, hey, even if let's say you're a little bit short on 1 week, hey, look at it like, well, karma was given my way, let me pay forward the karma. That's all I'm saying. Just a suggestion. I'm not saying you have to do it, but...
No, fuck that. You have to do it. In fact, we're not going to ship your prize unless you show you bid.
So anyway, we're going to talk about something else. I wanted to hold off this subject until Joe came on, because I wanted your input on this also, Joe. So anyway, Monday, Dimitri VapingGreek posted something about his personal reactions that he received from cotton balls when he was vaping on cotton balls. And when I read the post for the first time, I was like, my gosh, I am getting similar reactions to it. And I explained what my reactions were. I went on the show a little bit last night on Vape Team last night and talked about it with him and the team. And I just want to reiterate for those who didn't go in last night what's going on. So basically, what Dimitri started experiencing was he started experiencing these tight pains around his neck, and at times they would get so bad that he thought he was stroking out. One night he felt he really was stroking out, so he checked into the ER. They did a whole bunch of tests on him and then found out that they didn't find anything wrong. You know, maybe like heart rate was elevated a little bit or whatnot, and they gave him basically headache medicine, and they gave him like anxiety medication or something. That's what I'm guessing, but he obviously didn't take that because he's not into that. So he posted about it. The reactions I was getting was I was getting these pains on my lower end of my neck, and they would go down halfway down both of my arms. And they would happen sometimes it would happen at home, but a lot of times it would happen while I'm driving long distances. At first I thought it had to do with just like dizziness or a medical issue I've been dealing with for the past year. But now I'm wondering if it's because of the cotton balls. Because what Dimitri said was when he stopped using the cotton balls and switched to silica and EcoWill, these pains that he was getting around her neck subsided. I have no idea. I'm right now in testing phase. I took out all my cotton balls, and right now I'm putting I have yarn, I have cotton hemp on all my RDAs right now that I had previously cotton balls. So
what I'm trying to figure out is, all right,
I'm experimenting right now. So.
The only issue I have with all of this is if I'm having pains down my neck, shooting down my arms, and you were driving, I don't know what he was doing. Let's just say he was walking down the street.
Okay.
And I have these mysterious symptoms. How could I go from vaping and going, oh, all these pains. Oh, it must be the cotton in my atomizer.
Right.
How would one go from pain in the arms in the neck to immediately thinking it's the cotton in your atomizer? I mean, I would have thought I pinched a nerve, I fell down, I had sex with my wife too hard.
Right.
I mean, I would have thought so many other things than just it must be the cotton in my atomizer. With that being said, if it is the cotton in the atomizer, I remember when rebuilding just started. This was probably when it was starting getting semi-normal about a year ago, when people were really just getting into it, about a year and a half. People were talking about cotton, and everybody was like, don't do it, don't do it, don't use cotton, don't use cotton. Everybody was thinking about hemp and all this other thing. And so I remember cotton was considered dangerous, don't vape it. And then all of a sudden, out of the blue, it became okay to vape. And I'm trying to figure out where this transition came from, because I remember clearly in the beginning it was very, very dangerous to vape cotton, or just at least somewhat toxic. Because whatever they use bleach, they use hydrogen peroxide, they use all kinds of different chemicals to get that cotton white.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if that, I'm not a scientist, but if they're using those chemicals to turn that cotton white, then that could possibly be getting into your vape. Again, I'm not a scientist. I don't know if that really happens, but nobody's ever gotten sick from silica. So,
right. Hey, Chuck, what do you think about this?
Well, I've been vaping cotton for 2 or 3 months. I've not seen any side effects from it or funky taste or anything like that. I run cotton almost exclusively in my K funds, which is up to like 5 of them now, so I'm vaping on cotton non-stop. I think what we're going to see is, just because it happens, we're going to start hearing about more and more people having problems with the cotton.
Well, of course, now every symptom they have.
Exactly. You know, I stubbed my toe, but you know, it's because I'm vaping on cotton. My wife left me. It's because I was vaping on cotton. You know, we're going to see this, and I'm not trying to make light of the people that have had, you know, issues with the cotton. The reality of it is, there's a lot of people that are going to react to everything different. As much as we're a lot the same, everybody's body is different. So while cotton may not work to one person, it could work to another. So I guess just to put it in check, if you're having a problem and you think the cotton might be it, switch. If you're vaping on cotton, you're not having any problems with it, stay with the cotton. Until somebody tells us different, I would say cotton away, or if it's just not for you, don't cotton.
Okay, just to put some levity to the situation, I know people are telling me, why don't you see a chiropractor, Rich? Why don't you do this, Rich? I mean, like, here's the thing. I don't know if it's the cotton that's causing these pains in my neck. I really don't know. Okay, because prior to Monday, I didn't even think about cotton as being even remotely a like a cause of the pains I'm experiencing. Okay, because I've been having problems. I've been having like problems, like major headache problems for over a year now. So I was literally attributed as like, you know, like maybe side effects of some of my treatments or whatnot. So it could be numerous things, but I'm willing to try almost anything to be in less pain. I don't know if you guys can understand that. So that's why I'm just experimenting right now. So right now, I'm not at the point where Dimitri's at. I'm at the point of just experimenting to see if, let's say, if I switch from cotton balls to, let's say, a yarn with hemp, to see if maybe that does the trick. And just so you guys know, I do boil my cotton hemp yarn twice. I use the organic cotton hemp yarn, which has a slight tint to it because of the natural fibers. It's almost a little bit tan, not necessarily pure white. So I just wanted you guys to realize where I'm at in terms of experimentation, moving away from just strictly cotton balls at this point, not necessarily cotton entirely. Just wanted to point that out.
Tampons. Just saying.
There you go. It's got to be safe. And, you know, and I've seen, you know, the number of things that we see being used as wicks really fascinates me. The things that I've used as wicks, just the plethora of different crap. Just, I can't believe how much different stuff I've tried. Some of it works, some of it doesn't. You know, and I've tried everything from silica to the echo wool, to cotton yarn, to the hemp yarn, to
I know people
ceramics.
Cheesecloth. Rolled cheesecloth.
Yeah, I got cheesecloth. Pretty much, I mean, you name it, I've tried it. Just to find out. Butcher twine is another one that people are starting to use. I got a friend of mine that uses butcher twine. And I think we may find throughout time that there's some of this stuff that works and some of it doesn't work. It's going to be hard to say what's going to be the best. And as much as vaping has been around, I really feel that we're in this like golden age of experimentation. And we're going to find stuff that, wow, this wicks really well, and then a month or two later,
right,
this wasn't such a good idea.
Right.
And that puts us in a unique position to quietly spread the word that it doesn't work well. That there may be an issue from it because we never know when Big Brother may be watching. And I'm not going to go into this anti-government thing because that's not me. But you never know who's watching. So I think when we do find something that maybe there's a problem with, we should be really quiet about it within our own community. Just, you know, spread the word out, be hush about it. You know what I mean? Yeah, but, you know, we are going through this phase where we're trying a bunch of different stuff. I've got some XC116 coming. I'm really not too sure about that stuff. I'm probably going to try it, see how it works. Love Muscle, due to a lawsuit back in 1978, my parents and attorneys asked that you do not call packing foam peanuts anymore. Thank you very much. They did not specify.
Right. Hey, Joe, you know, I know Chuck has mentioned some of the materials that he has been experimenting with in his, like, rebuilding or some of his ways. I mean, what have you tried? I mean, specifically, have you tried, like, anything with XC116 or any of that? Or?
I am the laziest vapor known to man. Everybody who knows me knows I rebuild rarely. Not because I'm not a fan of it. I'm lazy. I see you guys. I mean, don't get me wrong. I have a few. Like, I have a beautiful setup. Where are you? I have this here. I have a VA Kraken on a big Nesty. It's absolutely gorgeous. Vapes very well. This is a. It's just a mesh and wire build. Tastes great. I had somebody build it for me, and they just gave it to me, and I haven't rebuilt it since, and it works great, and I just leave it alone. Because I see these people, all you rebuilders out there, go to these vape meets, and what do? You sit there, and you rebuild the whole time. and nobody's talking, and they got their magnifying glasses out, and they got their tweezers, and they're sitting on the floor like they're playing a game of Magic the Gathering. And I'm like, you're missing the whole vape meat, you know.
I mean,
So
I try not to bring my stuff with me. Like, I refuse to rebuild at meets for that exact reason, Joe. I want to socialize. I don't want to sit there with in like one table in the corner just rebuilding for everybody else who's at the meet, who's having a good time.
That's what happens a lot, is that I'm not rebuilding my stuff, I'm rebuilding other people's stuff.
And I'll tell you, oof, that was a harsh hit. I'm going to do a poll. All the people that are on the floor rebuilding, I want to ask them how many of them at some point in their life play Dungeons & Dragons.
Mm-hmm.
I guarantee you 80% say yes, they have.
When I was younger.
Yeah, because it attracts that, hey, listen, I play Dungeons & Dragons.
So it's 1 for yes, 2 for no, so I'm definitely a 2.
I know,
Never played
somebody
Dungeons
say
& Dragons.
95%.
You know, like Nitro is a prime example of the classic rebuilder in the vaping community. It's just that person who's techie. Now, I am a geek in sheep's clothing, but I don't let my outer geek out. Some people are very proud to be who they are, and that's great. But Nitro is a prime example of they'll bring their tackle box and their every bit of wire and everything they have.
Oh God!
And they bring it to every vape meet and to show you the coolest coil they've made or what have you. And that's cool. You know, that's a whole other part of the vaping community that I have yet to really get involved with.
Right.
Me personally, this is what I like Opus D with an Aspire tank on it, or like an E Huge, one of those fast tech bottom coil things. You know, I just love to vape that way. You know,
right? You know, and then, here's a good point. Just speaking on Nitro, I mean, here's a good story. I mean, this isn't really this isn't an embarrassing story or anything, but we were going out to eat on we came back from going out to eat on Friday night. It was like Joe and I. It was like maybe 20 people, and we wanted to hang out in the courtyard and socialize and stuff at VaporCon. Okay, so a bunch of us did that, but Nitro was gone for a couple hours. Now, me personally, I was like, oh, he's getting busy, right? But he wasn't. He was coiling for people. I was like, what the heck are you doing? It's VaporCon! Come out here and have a brew! You know?
But he did eventually drink.
Oh, God.
And he got very, very inebriated. It was hilarious.
I wish he was in here.
Yeah, he got so drunk, he started trying to drink his pizza. It was awesome. Nitro is a fucking pisser to hang out with. Especially if he's drunk. Oh, it's just great. And he's just a happy drunk. He's not one of those asshole drunks who want to fight. And he's just a lot of fun to chill with. And people don't know this, but Nitro's a big dude. People think he's a small guy. Nitro's as big as me.
No, Nitro and Joe are about the same height, or close to the same height. Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, he's a big dude.
Yeah. So, and I'm not saying big as in big 500-pound guy. I'm just talking he's just tall, I think he can handle himself in a fight. Personally, I mean, I don't know. It depends on the person,
hey,
but
Shelly.
I think he could defend himself. Let's put it that way. So, so when he rage quits, don't be near him. That's what you would say, And
yeah, totally.
What I put in chat there, does that pretty much sum it up, Rich?
Let me see here.
Quit drinking, I quit smoking, I spend most of my time in front of a computer. My 17-year-old self would whoop my ass.
I know, right? But then here's the thing. With me, it's I'm not a big drinker, but I will drink at meets. So certain people, a lot of people in the vaping community are like, oh, what are you talking about drinking? What are you talking about, Rich? You drink all the time. No, I only drink at meets, but yet again, I have to think that's the only time people see me. At vape meets, so I guess to them, they're like, oh my god, that drunkard! That's all he does is get drunk at vape meets. But no, I don't get obliviated. I just get drunk to a certain level and then have my one beer an hour just to let the buzz go. So that's me. Anyway,
no, there's video, Harley Rider.
But yeah, I'm definitely glad that definitely glad that Joe came in and explained all this stuff. But before you go, I do want to do your giveaway because after all, Joe has supported me for a long time.
Yeah, I pay his child support.
He has supported me for a long time. He's like the only non-vendor that sponsors my show, which is like huge. So I'm glad to have him on as one of my sponsors to my show. And I just want you guys to know, Joe gives a lot. And I'm not just saying it because he's a friend of mine. He really does. For those of you who are regulars on my show, he gives away something every week. And it's like, to him, it's just a small way of him giving back to the community. Like, I mean, like, he gets out, he takes that, he buys stuff out of his own pocket just for the sake of, like, one lucky viewer on my show every week. That's huge. So that's 52 times a week, or whatever, anywhere between 45 to 50 times a year he's doing this. So definitely give him props on that. He's very giving. And thank you very much for continuing to be my sponsor, by the way, bro. Appreciate it, Joe.
No problem, man.
So this week, what would you like to give away for these people? It's totally up to you.
I have I'm going to be starting to giving away. It's called the VaporJoe I Have Too Many Mods collection. And what happened is, because I have about 110 mods, and I've never used. And I'm going to, every week, just randomly give one of the ones I haven't used, just kind of looked at and put away. And this week I'm going to give away a brass Chi-Yu clone.
Wow.
Nice.
Okay, hold on. Chi-Yu clone. Alright. So anyway, how would you like to do this, Joe? Joe, do you want to just do regular, like, random chatter, or is there something specific, like a different way you want to do this today?
We can just do random chatter. Okay,
so this is what we're going to do, guys. It's going to be random chatter. The first two don't count. The third one counts. Now, because this is coming straight from you, are you you could ship outside the U.S. for this, correct? I just want to double check. Yep. Okay. So he could ship outside of U.S. within reason. So if you live in Somalia, I'm sorry, he cannot ship to you in Somalia.
You know what? No, I'm wrong. If somebody is on this channel and they're watching us from Somalia, I will ship them the fucking mod. Do you know how hard it is to watch the show from Somalia?
Okay. Well, Guam is technically a territory of the United States, so he could definitely ship to Guam. That's no problem. Okay. So anyway, first two, no. Third one wins. Ready, guys? Let's go. And the winner is Radio. Are you in the room, Radio? Let's see if he's in the room. He's won for me before too. Congratulations if you're here. Radio, are you in the room?
It's Radio.
Let's see. Hey, what's up, Tinker?
Hey, Tinker.
Let's see here. Oh no! Oh, there he is.
We go.
Okay, hey, Radio, do me a favor. Give me the last two digits of your zip code. So when to verify for your email. Let me see. Just the last two digits. Hold on a second.
Hey, that link that I keep dropping for the charity auction, guys, share that on your walls on Facebook and get as many people in there as possible.
Yeah, I'd like to see at least 1,000 before the show.
Okay. Radio, I don't know if you hear me. Last two digits zip code. Or else I have to give to somebody else. There he is. He's like, no way, it's mine. All right, congratulations, man. And I also want you to see this, Radio. I don't know. I think you've won before, so you have this information, but I'm going to put it up anyway. So this is information for all the winners of where they could find how you can claim your prize. Okay. I have this little blog that I use for the show and for blogging and stuff. And I put my post up there for it. So that's how you do it. So save that, Radio, and congratulations on winning. So Joe, hey man, thanks a lot, man. I really appreciate you coming on and explaining to everybody the Dustin Otey auction and the big epic show that's happening on Saturday, man. And you know, I really do appreciate you coming on, bro. It's awesome to have you on. And,
all right, guys, I'll see you later, and I will see you guys on Saturday most of the day.
All right, Joe, nice talking to you again, bro.
Hey, you too, guys. I'll see you later.
All right, thanks, Joe.
Bye.
All right. So we got 15 more minutes with Chuck.
And then you're kicking me out, huh?
Well, no, because I don't,
No, it's cool, man.
It's not that I'm kicking you. It's that, like, people know what the third hour is. If you guys don't know what the third hour is, I'm just specifically for my regulars. If you don't know what the third hour is, I don't know what's going on with you guys. But you guys know what the third hour is, correct? The third hour. It's the fun hour. Okay.
Now you want to hear something cool.
I'm not saying to get out. Well, you know, before we do anything, I have an issue. I got not a bone to pick or anything, but I want to claim a nice little wager. It wasn't like a money wager or anything. This is more of like a pride wager. Okay, so let me explain to you guys. I'll just set this up for you. There wasn't that many people that are here on Sunday. So Sunday around 2 o'clock, I came online. I did an impromptu 1-hour show. The reason why I did the 1-hour impromptu show was because I was cheering on my favorite football team, the Denver Broncos. As you can see, I'm definitely serious about the Denver Broncos. Okay, definitely. Like, I've been a fan of the Broncos since God knows when. Okay. But anyway, there was this one particular person in the room. The whole time, right, she kept saying the following: say my name, say my name, say my name. Okay? She kept on doing that, right? Thanks, Steve Millen. She kept on doing that. She was trying to get under my skin, right? So then she was like, do you want to do a little wager? I'm like, okay, we're going to do a tiny little wager. Nothing bet or anything, just a little fun little thing. The wager was this. If the Patriots win, I'd be on tonight saying her name and giving the Patriots props. Now, if the Broncos win, she has to come in here and say my name in a shot. So let me show you this video. Hold on a second. Let me set this up real fast. So you guys know what I'm talking about. Hold on a second here. I forgot to totally screenshot this. It's not a long video. It's very short. Hold on a second here. Let me see if I could, I'm going to see if I could just pull it out so I could show you guys. So anyway, I'm going to the screen. Hold on. I know you guys, where is he? Where'd everybody go? Hold on. I'm going to set this up so you guys can see. Hold on. Let me try to find it. Hold on. Let me go back over here. Let me go back to here, and then I'm just gonna screenshot it for you guys so you guys can see. Hold on. Uh-oh, somebody's calling.
That's my text message or email or something.
Oh, is it? Okay. But yeah, I don't know if you actually, Chuck, I don't know if you saw this yet. So
I might not have.
So hold on. But I know that the person in question definitely saw this last Sunday. Hold on. Let me see if I can. Let me just find it. I'm gonna screen cap it so you guys can see it. It's not very long. It's like 10 seconds, but boy, does it say a lot. It says a lot. Hold on a second here. Hold on a second here. All right, hold on. So let me screenshot this real fast. Hold on a second here. I'm trying to figure out a way to screenshot this in a way that. Alright, hold on, guys. I really want you guys to see this. I really want you guys to see this. It's so great. Okay. So here it is. I'm going to put it right here in front of me for a second. I'm going to move me out of the way. Hold on. This might be... Okay. Are you guys ready? Are you guys ready to see this 9-second video? So here is the video in question. Now let me just set this video up real fast. It's a little 9-second video. The Broncos had just won the game. And this particular person in the room, I actually thought about in my little rubbing it in video. Here we go.
Say my name, baby. Yeah. Woo.
So there it is, guys. There it is. Okay. So there it is. So anyway, I'm here to collect. I'm here to collect. Are you ready? The person in the room. Oh wait, radio 77? Okay. Okay, I'm ready to collect collect. Are you ready, Latin lady? Come on. Come on. Hey, what's up? What's up, Big Wild? Hold on, I'm changing it right now for you. 77. Okay, hold on. I'm waiting. Hey, guys. Is she? Do I have the right to collect my winnings here? Put a 1 in room. You think I have the right to collect my winnings from Latin Lady Vaping? I know, right, D-Man? Oh, here come the ones. Here come the ones. All right, I am ready, Latin Lady. Feel free to post it in the room at any time. Oh, Cody, of course Cody has to put 1 for... Okay, guys, no more ones. I am ready to collect my winnings from Latin Lady Vaping. Here we go. She's going to do it. She's going to say my name. Alright, we're waiting. Okay, she's going to do it. She will do it. Because she's a lady of her word. And I thought it was hilarious. But you know, I got to tell you... Oh yeah, here comes the drum roll. No, she doesn't have to get on cam. She can just do it right in chat. You get it right in chat. I wouldn't subject her for doing it. Oh, there it is. There's my name. There's my name. Thank you very much. For those of you who don't know my name, that is my name. So there it is. Thank you very much. Much appreciated, and it was a good football game. It was.
So now, in all fairness, since you put Latin Lady Vaping on the spot, right? And we talked about this a little bit last night, but now I'm putting you on the spot.
Uh-oh, he's putting me on the spot.
Putting you on the spot.
Okay.
So, why don't you guys put a 1 in the room if you think that Rich should be on my show tomorrow night?
Oh no.
There's the trick to it right there.
Well, here comes some runs. Here comes some ones.
Yeah. And it has been decided that you are going to be on my show tomorrow night.
Okay, man.
I am going to... Is it alright? I'm going to put a link in for the Facebook
Absolutely,
page for my show. Absolutely. This is the page for my show. That way you guys can see when I get ready to go live. And y'all know to come over and just absolutely feel free to just kind of rib Rich a little bit and let him feel some love over there.
Okay.
I think it'll be good humor.
So okay, that's it. It's decided, guys. I'll put up. What I'll do is I'll write up a blog post to remind you guys, and that I'll be on Chuck Show tomorrow night. And just so you know, he's on 10 o'clock Friday nights on VapeNet. That's Vape Time with VapingChuck. Vape Time with VapingChuck. You know, so you know what? Anyway, hold on a second here. I'm just but anyway, Chuck, why don't you tell us, just explain to us right now, like, what is your one, you know, I just want to bring up this one topic before, two more topics before you go, but the one topic I want to bring up, just something that we discussed earlier prior to talking about some of the issues that we talked about tonight, and one of them is, what is right now? We talked about before, people are loving stripper cake in this room, apparently. What is one of your go-tos right now?
Alright, for anybody that knows me, they actually know that this is going to be, I don't even have to think about it. I have pointed out how rare it is for somebody to find a juice that they like for an all-day vape.
Mm-hmm.
I have had the same vape for an all-day vape for 10 months. 10 months I vaped this stuff all day, every day. And I'm going to paste a link in here. I hope that's okay.
Absolutely.
But
next,
it
what
is
up?
Butterscotch Hammered from Gorge Vapors. That has been my all-day vape for 10 months.
You know, I want to talk to you about this. Before
I have a dedicated crystal skull.
Oh,
and it's running low. I got to get some more soon. But that's my all-day vape every single day.
You know, I really wanted to bring this up, and it's not bad. It's just I have a question about it. Here's my question. Big Willie's is awesome, by the way. I have a bottle right in front of me right here. Now, here's the question. I noticed, I tried, obviously, like at Expo last August, I tried a lot of Lance's butterscotch, and it was phenomenally good.
You know what? Dr. Oxide, send me an IM. I am all about these skulls if you've got some available. Yes, I love having these skulls sitting around.
Okay, but here's where my question lies. I recently tried, like we're talking just like not too long ago, I tried, I guess, something of a new batch of Lance's. Did he change something in the recipe? You would know.
For the butterscotch hammer?
Specifically for the butterscotch.
No,
did he change something in it? There's like something different. I'm not saying it's good or bad. Hey, CB, I love you, baby. I love you.
It's been the same since the first time I tried it. I've not noticed any difference at all. And no, it's been exactly the same. I haven't noticed any difference.
All right, so it's just me then, because I was like, trying, like, wait a second, are you? I was like looking at the person that was handing me. I was like, and it was obviously a new bottle because it was a new bottle, okay, because they cracked it open and they were excited, and I was lucky to have some, and I was like, there's something different about this. There's something different about this. I really tasted something different about it. Like, it wasn't a major difference. It was a slight difference. Like, it went from being like blow me away butterscotch to like, oh, this is like, like your normal run-of-the-mill butterscotch. Like I said, not dissing it, just thought it was a little bit different. So maybe, I don't know, maybe I wish I had known what batch it was, because then I would have hit up Lance myself and told him about it. But
and I'm gonna post that in again with a discount code. If that's all right.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Lance is a good guy. Pacific Northwest for the win, except for Seattle.
Yeah, he's got.
Which is where he's from. So I'm gonna be his enemy like that one day.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be. Otherwise, I'm gonna be friends with him.
Actually, he's from Michigan, but he lives out there now.
I'm talking about where he's physically right now.
All you do to get it hammered is, and let me go back to the page. You will see an option that says hammer it, yes or no, and just have yes. And that is how you get butterscotch hammered. And like I said, that has been my 10 months all day, every day. I go through this stuff like it's going out of style. Okay,
so that is his, and let me tell you, it is seriously like ridiculous, and I didn't believe it because I remember at Expo too. I didn't believe it because remember like you and a couple other people like, Rich, you got to try this. Rich, you got to try this, and I was like, I don't know.
Hammered is hammered is just it being a flavor shot, and I can't get my stupid Facebook to work. Confirm. Boy, I'm getting hit all over the place here on Facebook. Hey God, I gotta add people to the group, and somebody asked for my Facebook, so I guess I'll put that in there.
Oh man, can you do me a favor? Can you put in your Facebook page again one more time for these guys, because they want to join it.
That's my personal Facebook.
Okay.
Which is no difference from my vaping. Like, I don't have more than one personal profile. And then this is the page for my show.
Okay.
I just got your IM.
Everybody that's in here, if you could, please give them some love. Put in some likes, will you please?
Oh, the question on these skulls, it's Dan Aykroyd's Crystal Skull Vodka. My Facebook is going, which is fine. Totally cool with that.
Oh man, I don't understand what you're saying, Citizens Phil, but I guess that's saying something good. So thank you if that's the case. I don't know. don't know what you mean. But
Yeah, I went to my local liquor store and got mine. Oddly
Alright.
enough.
okay, guys. So before I let you go, I know it's 9 o'clock now, but before I let you go, I want you to answer some questions for me. Okay.
Alright, go
I
ahead.
have I got the James Clifton blatant rip off Inside the Actor Studio quiz. Are you ready to answer these questions?
Okay.
Okay, here we go. What is your favorite non-curse word?
Splunge.
What is your least favorite word?
Oh, I won't even say it.
No, you can say, hey, I got a parental advisory right there, bro. It's all good.
No, I won't even say it.
Is it something...
It's a probably the worst racial slur ever.
Okay, so we'll just leave it at that.
Starts with an N.
Okay, so we'll leave it at that.
Oh, boils my blood.
Okay. What turns you on?
New mods.
And
Honestly,
Yeah, sure.
my wife. I've known her for years.
She's a sweet lady. I have met her. She's a lovely
She's
lady.
an absolute blast.
Right. And I also think that Little Chuck's an awesome kid.
Yeah. Now, for everybody who doesn't know, he has inside information here. Not too long ago, Rich was passing through, and actually, my wife made dinner for him, and he hung out here for a while. Actually, crashed out here and got to meet the family and everything. It was really cool having you hang out here.
Oh yeah, man. And you know what? I've
You got
completely
to enter the vape layer.
I know, and I appreciate it. It was cool seated from the other side of the monitor. I was like, there it is, Chuck's vape layer.
There it is. Yeah, nobody ever sees what it looks like on this side. Smacking my mic.
But it was cool. I was really happy to see it. Yeah, no doubt. Okay, so what turns you off?
Just drama, dude. I hate drama
Right.
with a passion.
I hear you.
Absolutely freaking hate it.
I think that a lot of people in this room can definitely attest to that, no doubt. And you know what? I'm the first person to admit there are times where I loop myself into drama myself without even realizing, and it takes a real friend to tell me, "Oh my God, why are you causing all this drama?" And then I almost have to rethink what I'm doing and like back up, like, "Oh my gosh, maybe I am." So
I will add anybody in the world to my personal Facebook page. You put one post that involves drama, I will not only unfriend, but I will block your ass. No time in my life for it. I really don't. It's
Right.
just, there's so much other good things in this world. I don't understand it.
like I said, a lot of
know that this
we can all
community-
test it. We can all, and it's not just in the vaping community; it's just in
No, it's
general.
not.
It's just in
not.
general.
In general, but I see a lot of it in the vaping community, which just boggles my mind. We see how tight knit this group is. Hardly anybody in this room has ever met Dustin, ever.
Right.
But look at the outpouring of support for him and his family. That tells you that we're generally just a great group of people. So just drop the drama shit. Seriously.
All right. So yeah, I hear
Doc, I will answer your I am in a minute. I apologize.
you. Okay. So anyway, what sound? We'll get to question number 5. What sound do you love?
Sound do I love? My kid's voice.
Awesome.
Straight up. That is best sound I've ever heard was the first time that he made a noise when he was born. And every noise that he's made ever since, whether I particularly like what he has to say, just hearing him talk.
Right on, man. And what sound do you hate?
I've only heard it a couple times, but the sound of my wife crying.
Okay.
I tell you what, I don't care who you take, the biggest, baddest dude out there, his wife starts crying, he melts. I don't care who he is.
Right. I hear you, man. Here we go. What's your favorite curse word?
I have no fucking clue.
What profession other than yours would you like to attempt?
I have pretty much done anything that I've ever wanted to do in a profession, to some extent or another. If I really had my choice to go into any profession at all, probably go back to school and get some sort of like a psychology degree.
Right on,
honestly.
man. That's cool.
It's something where you can help people. Or
Right.
a fluffer.
Which is what I usually do.
Lesbian porn.
Like I'm fluffing Eagle Mama and Pandora that are going on in about an hour. I am their fluffer, and they love me for it.
Now, see, here's the trick. Mr. Beefy puts in male stripper. I worked as an escort.
Yeah, oh yeah.
So,
True
now,
story.
To be specific about this, here you go. I was transporting mobile homes from Indiana to Michigan, and they have one truck that drives in front of the big mobile home, and that's technically that job as an escort driver. So I did work as an escort.
Now, what?
Go ahead.
Now, what profession would you not like to do?
I will never work in the medical profession again.
Okay, fair enough.
As in nursing and things like that.
Right on.
I was in it. Wasn't my thing.
I hear you, man.
And I did it for quite a while. I don't think I'd work in the medical profession again. In the medical, like I said, maybe, like I said, a psychologist, something like that, psychiatrist even, but not in the regular medical field.
Okay. Now, here's the last question, Chuck. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
If heaven exists, what would you like to hear God say to you when you arrive at the pearly gates?
You're early, go back.
Amen, dude. Amen, bro.
Or actually, it'd be you made it. Congratulations.
Oh yeah, I like the first one better. The first one's better because I think we can all relate to that. Yo, Pewter Geek, what up?
What's going on, Pewter?
Pewter.
And I think everybody, wouldn't matter who it is, would love to hear your early go back. And I'm going to leave you guys with this, and this kind of goes into the whole drama and just life in general. The most valuable thing you'll ever find in your life is time. If you waste money, you can get that back. You waste time, it's gone.
Oh,
so
yeah.
spend your time being as happy as you possibly can.
Amen, bro.
And if 160 viewers in here, if you're as happy with vaping as I am, man, I'm glad you're not wasting time smoking.
Dude, that's awesome. And we can all relate to that. Chuck, obviously you can put me on the spot all you want tomorrow. So guys, this conversation
I plan to now.
This conversation will continue tomorrow. So join VapingChuck tomorrow night, 10 p.m. on VapeNet. His guest, me, making a return to VapeNet. It'd be nice to come back to VapeNet for one day.
And my co-host Nunya, which a lot of people know, she will be there as well.
Yay! I do see Nunya. Nunya comes in my room every once in a while. So
yeah, she does. She makes her rounds.
So I'll be glad to see you tomorrow.
She's been my co-host for a few weeks now, and I think you guys will get along great. So it should be a really fantastic show.
Oh, right on. And I really hope you guys go there. And that's on the VapeNet channel, 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time tomorrow night. Please give Chuck some love. Thank you very much, Chuck.
I appreciate everybody's support. Rich, thanks for having me on, bro.
Dude, boom, right there, baby.
Exactly, man. I'm going to leave you to do the rest of your show now.
All right.
You have a great night, everybody. Vape on, vape polite. Don't waste time. I can tell you that.
All right. Much love, Chuck. I'll see you tomorrow, bro.
All right, man. Have a good night, everybody.
All right.
Bye.
Bye. Okay, guys, are you ready for hour 3? Now, I'm doing something new now, and what I'm doing is I'm going to probably stop my recording right around now.